Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening to all our viewers and listeners, and welcome to the GBN television news for Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. Coming up tonight, local authorities look on cautiously at how a proposed bill in the U.S. can affect Grenada's CBI program. Mother rushed to the hospital when the vehicle flips after dropping her children to school. NDC's Tevin Andrews improves readiness for general elections by eliminating the low education debate. For what's to come later in the newscast, let's go over to Zia Frederick.
Thank you, Blossom, and good evening to all our viewers and to listeners. I am Zia Frederick, and here's what's coming up a little later in the newscast. Regionally, Trinidad's finance minister says no to calls for the devaluation of the TT dollar. Internationally, hope for compromise as Ukraine faces Russian onslaught. And in sports, GFA partnering with Gateway Athletics International to increase avenues for Grenadian sportsmen and women. Join me a little later for the details, but first, let's go back to Blossom.
Thank you, Zia. This is GBN Primetime Edition of News. Stay with us.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening once again with the news in detail. I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh. Is the sustainability of the Citizenship by Investment program in Grenada under threat by legislation being proposed in the United States? GBN has been seeking the answer from some of the major players on the issue, as Gerald Joseph reports in tonight's top story.
For the past few days, GBN has been seeking responses from government on possible concerns surrounding a bipartisan bill being proposed in the United States, which may have implications for Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program. Tied in is the suspension of CBI applicants, as announced by government for Russians and Belarusians. An initial response came from Press Secretary Philomena Robertson, who cited that with respect to the bipartisan bill, government is awaiting its passage and have clarity on its provisions before they can evaluate and speak to its potential impact. Finance Minister Gregory Bowen was quizzed on the issue during the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday.
Well, first with the CBI program, really all the countries involved in CIP or CBI, how it's referred to, have agreed, decided to be very careful and to get the due diligence companies to work extremely hard to ensure that we do not make any error there.
GBN again followed up during its To The Point program on Wednesday when Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester, was the guest.
That's a very important question. I mean, we've had industries before that would have started in Grenada and died. I mean, we have the international business companies and so on you would have had, and because of some of the similar pressures that you get from some of these economies.
Sylvester, who is also the interim chairman of the CBI committee, knows the situation in Europe is placing Grenada in a critical position.
I think for us now, we have there's a window of opportunity for us to maximize the benefits of the program as it is, while at the same time looking towards the future in terms of how we transition to the extent that this program does not generate the kind of benefits that you want to generate in terms of supporting the investment and capital development and so on of the country. So you have to look at those things very carefully.
The PS says Grenada is already feeling the impact of its sanctions on Russia.
The issue that's happening in Russia and Ukraine, that of course is impacting the program. We get about 20% of our files from Russia and that area there, and so it will have an impact. Yeah, but we continue to monitor the situation. We continue to ensure that we follow whatever international mandates and so on in terms of sanctions and so on.
He, however, notes that they will continue to ensure that the CBI program remains robust while maintaining the high level of due diligence processes. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Grenada remains in a stable situation as it relates to COVID-19, as the test positivity rate has been under 5% within the last 2 weeks. This has led to the COVID-19 dashboard being issued less frequently, which has become a matter of concern for some Grenadians. Here's Gerald Joseph once again with that report.
Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles says following the surge in cases in January, the situation in regards to COVID-19 has seemingly stabilized. The positive trends are seemingly being linked to the rationale for the COVID-19 dashboard not being issued since last month. Dr. Charles notes that on most days the number of new cases has been below 10, hinting at a low level of transmission among the population.
Of course, we would like to maintain those gains. So, of course, we encourage the public to continue to exercise care and attention in everything that they do.
The CMO is reiterating vaccination as the main mitigating factor in lessening the severity of the COVID-19 situation.
As it stands, we are at a third of the population, so around 33% of the population, who have been fully vaccinated, meaning that they've received their first and second shot of the vaccine. We have another 4.8% who are partially vaccinated, and around 5.2% of the population that have had a third dose or a booster shot.
Quizzed on the non-issuance of the COVID-19 dashboard, Dr. Charles admits that though they have been preparing the figures, the frequency of release is being reviewed.
In all honesty, on many of the days, the information, there's barely any change, simply because the number of cases that are being reported are very, very small. The number of persons coming forward to get vaccinations are very, very small. So there's very little change. So what we are looking at now is maybe issuing the dashboard with less frequency. You may not see it daily, but you may see it twice a week. Because like I say, the data reported on it, there's hardly any change from day to day.
The dashboard for March 15th was released on Wednesday, which shows 5 new cases, bringing active cases to 69 and 1 person hospitalized. Deaths stand at 217, 1 more than the figure on the last dashboard, which was released on February 27th. The CMO is reminding the public that COVID-19 has not disappeared, with upsurges around the world in Asian countries such as China and some parts of Europe. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A news report circulating about Ghanaian medical students in Ukraine being transferred to Grenada is being discredited. Let's get this detail in this report from Joseph Kador.
A report which began circulating last week stated that Ghanaians studying medicine in Ukraine, whose education had been truncated due to the disturbances in that country, could now continue their studies in Grenada. The report further stated that the government secured an agreement with the Caribbean island for 200 Ghanaian medical students who had to flee Ukraine to continue and complete their education at St. George's University School of Medicine. However, a later copy of a signed memorandum of understanding between the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat and St. George's University stated otherwise, that discussions are still ongoing between the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat and St. George's University. The latter report said, and I quote, "We have now entered into talks with St. George's University to consider how best to enable these students to continue their studies and ensure they are able to complete their degrees. St. George's University has confirmed it will welcome all qualified students to apply for enrollment into the upcoming intakes and will work with the Scholarship Secretariat in these difficult times to this end." End of quote. According to the MOU, there are many Ghanaian students studying medicine in Ukrainian medical schools, 57 of whom are sponsored by the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. The Ghana Scholarship Secretariat and St. George's University said a joint statement will be issued once the scope of cooperation has been finalized. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
Now, what was supposed to be a routine school drop-off on Wednesday turned scary for one family whose attempt to navigate a hill landed a mother in hospital. Rena Perry-Thomas has the details.
A woman rushed to the General Hospital on Wednesday morning, was treated and released for injuries sustained after her morning routine of dropping her children to school turned into a terrible ordeal. According to an eyewitness report, the unidentified woman had just dropped her children at the school on top of a hill in Tempe, St. George, and then attempted to reverse down the hill. The eyewitness claimed that the mother apparently lost control during her descent and her vehicle flipped over, hitting a nearby fence. Immediately, people nearby attempted to help her, and the police and medical team were alerted. An officer attached to the traffic department, Police Constable Troy Paul, says an investigation is still ongoing into the matter.
The medical team responded, and the lone occupant was taken to the General Hospital to seek medical attention. As it stands, I've contacted the female through her husband, and she has been discharged from the General Hospital.
The officer also made mention of Tuesday's incident where a getaway excavator attempted to drive up Mount Rush in St. George but came screeching back down the steep incline, damaging 6 packed vehicles on the side of the road. Constable Paul said there are strict procedures that need to be taken when moving these particular vehicles to and from a destination.
As it relates to this type of vehicle, it is not licensed to be on the public road. However, if such vehicle has to move from one place to the other, there is procedures that needs to be done. That vehicle must then be traveled on a flatbed to be taken from one place to the other. If not, the persons who wish to travel with that vehicle must apply to the traffic department for permission. The department will facilitate such and to make sure that the safe passage from where it wants to go is taken care of. So as it relates to yesterday's accident, there were no permission sought by the relevant company so that excavator could have been on the road at that particular time.
Companies and owners of such heavy-duty machines are encouraged to seek the necessary permission needed to avoid such incident from reoccurring.
So we'd like to appeal to persons or company who needs to transport trailers or such vehicles that is not licensed to be on the public road to first seek permission through the traffic department to take your that vehicle from one position to the other.
For GBN News, I am Rena Perry-Thomas reporting.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell will deliver a national address on Thursday at 8 p.m. A brief notice posted on his social media Wednesday said the nation's leader intends to speak on a number of matters, including the impact of Russia's war in Ukraine and plans for Spice Mass 2022. The Prime Minister's address will be broadcast live on all GBN platforms, including radio, television and social media from 8 p.m. on Thursday. This is Primetime Edition of News. Coming up, another smelly situation in Lakalom. We'll tell you more after the break.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies vies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
No frills, just great prices, only at Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Save $1,200 off the 65-inch TCL UHD Android TV. Now $3,499. Your choice of a 2-piece bedroom bundle, base and mattress, starting from $1,399. Save $400 off the Samsung 11-kilogram front-load washer. Now just $3,499. Shop with Ready Finance and take advantage of our new payment protection plan and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
All concerned are hereby advised that the Grand Dance branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union will be closed at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday 17th, and its Carriacou branch will be closed at 2 p.m. on Friday 18th March. Management apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth
of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Ariza. Ariza is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Speysile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Speysile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Speysile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Speysile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
It leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to the news. Residents in La Colombe, St. David are once again facing a situation that makes living in their homes unbearable. The Ministry of Health is called on to address this septic issue. Here's the story from Chrislina John.
La Colombe in St. David is a relatively close-knit community comprising 100 housing units and more than 400 residents. Since its establishment in 2005, villagers have had to deal with several issues. Fast forward to 2022, and once again, another messy situation has surfaced, affecting residents in close proximity. Opting to speak with GBN off camera, this homeowner is mostly impacted as the overflow of waste matter is taking place right in front of his washing sink.
This has been happening for the past, 4 weeks. What happened is that the septic tank, it's full, so what's happening, it overflowed. So if you look down there, all the water is just flowing out in the road and in the drain. All on top of the septic tank there is water. So because it's full, everybody, water now is just backing up and coming out in this little thing here in my yard.
He told GBN that the stench emanating from this overflow is quite uncomfortable for him, to the point he has to seek a night's rest elsewhere.
Very uncomfortable because at night you can't even sleep inside. During the day it's even worse when the sun is hot. All the neighbors are actually complaining, so it's not here alone, you know. Everyone is getting the effects of it.
The young man claims that his attempt to get someone in authority to remedy the problem has failed.
I contacted Minister Oliver 3 weeks ago. He said he will look into it. I messaged him again, asking for an update. Did not respond. Asking for another update. No reply. Contacted the Ministry of Health. They said they will come. That was 2 weeks ago. Nobody came.
The spillover from the septic that is entirely covered in bush has entered the roadside drain, which he fears can lead to another environmental hazard. The issue was brought to the attention of Health Minister Nicholas Steele during Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing. He said he was not aware and promised to look into the issue.
I have not received any information, but I will most definitely follow up, because always where there's smoke, there's possibly fire. So I will reach out to my colleague minister in housing, and also to our environmental health division and NAWASA for us to get on top of the situation. But no, I am not aware of any issue with Lac Alum. We will follow up.
Christina John, GBN News.
Many are speculating that Grenadians should prepare for a short notice announcement for general elections constitutionally due next year. On the sister isle of Carriacou, the National Democratic Congress caretaker Tevin Andrews says he is ready. Let's get more in this report from Newsroom Supervisor Cheria Blackman-Stephen.
Election fever is getting hotter as the main political players put additional touches on their respective campaign trails in an effort to garner support ahead of the upcoming general elections. While there are pockets of green in different communities over the weekend, the main opposition National Democratic Congress caretaker concentrated on one area, the Sister Isles. The party opened its office to serve the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique on Saturday, with caretaker for the constituency, Tevin Andrews, taking center stage.
We now remember our ancestors by throwing the water first. Basically, we throw in the water first, right? And then we throw the spirit. When Kevin go show, keep dragging shallow. Anytime Kevin go show, keep drum must follow.
Andrews said opening the party office is the final product of work that started years ago. Sharing his upbringing, he proudly acknowledges that he graduated from secondary school with one CXC subject, agriculture, but is now well on his way to achieving a bachelor's degree in psychology.
But guess what? I went on to James Madison High School. I got my high school diploma, and I'm now a student of psychology with Ashworth College, getting my bachelor's degree. So the education talk done.
Having failed in his attempt to win his seat in the 2018 general election, he said he was hurt by the results, but he was determined to work harder, and he has been doing so. He told the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique that they are too divided, promising them that on winning his seat, he wants to start the healing process, as politics should not be allowed to create division. Local government is one of the initiatives on his agenda, as he promised to work in the interests of the people.
I want to be your member of parliament to fight for you. So when Brother Deacon say, Brother Tevin, we can't give you that, I put my foot down and say, Brother Deacon, we got to do it for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I would not be no floor mat in the House of Parliament for you, sisters and brothers.
Andrews said that for too long, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique have been left behind.
Walk with me on this journey. I ain't had no millionaire friends to give me millions of dollars to campaign. I depend on you, the ordinary man and woman in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, to walk with me. Let us get this job done. I ain't in this to be no Mr. Minister and Mr. This. I am in this to serve the ordinary man and woman, the ordinary boy and the ordinary girl, the senior citizens, the elders within my community. I want to serve you.
Cheria Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
The GBN will broadcast a special program called Interesting Grenadians with host Eugene Gittens. Join historian and head of the University of the West Indies Open Campus in Grenada, Dr. Nicole Phillip Dow, on GBN TV at 8 p.m. as she talks about her story and his story, the role of women in Grenada's history, slave food, new textbooks for Grenadian students with Grenada's recent history, and lots more. Interesting Grenadians, featuring Dr. Nicole Phillip Dow, begins on all GBN platforms at 8 p.m. And now let's turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Rena Perry-Thomas has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
Finance Minister Gregory Bowen says government may not be able to sustain the $15 cap on gas and diesel prices at the pump if current trends persist in the coming months. GBN brought the story, and you, our online audience, took to the comment section to air your views. Law-abiding citizens said, I guess the oil wells that were found on the eve of the last election will be utilized fully for the benefit of our nation. We were promised a lot of money will be flowing from the sale of oil and gas. Antoine commented, I said that since they made the promise. What happened if the price started rising? Would they be able to sustain it? I even said that they will soon give up because it would be difficult. Blash wrote, do you realize that by capping fuel, the government is subsidizing for any future increases in fuel prices? The increases in prices should not affect the price to us. You guys are alert, quick to talk about what is happening in the world. Well, look at what people are working for all over the world. Mindy said, it takes billions to get the oil from there. We need Russia to invest. We can't do that as a country. And finally, Stars wrote, the $5.50 tax was too high in the first place. I really don't understand how things work here. Is it only increases that get passed on to customers and no decrease? At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, gas price flowed globally, but not in Grenada. Sad, sad, sad. That's a wrap for tonight's Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Thank you, Rena. And still ahead, the GBN King of the Grill is back. More news is next.
We come now together as one. We are committed Catholics. Listen to us.
The youth like us must be given a hearing. I am a farmer and I have a story to tell.
I'm a farmer and I too would like to share my story.
Even though we walk out there Sunday to Sunday, we too have a story to tell.
I am a Catholic sometimes and I have things to say. I need someone to listen. I have a lot to say on behalf of single parents.
The Catholic Diocese of St. George's in Grenada has begun the synod process. Pope Francis has involved the Universal Church. Your voice is important. Come, share your story, your experience, and your expectations of church.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Nurses Care, a new home healthcare company on Ireland, changing the way you receive healthcare. From registered nurses and aides to medical doctors and qualified physicians, we offer a wide range of healthcare services, from monitoring chronic conditions and medications to elderly care, pediatric care, and maternity nurses, to even housekeeping and case management. We offer 24/7 in-house healthcare services. So contact us today for your in-house consultation at 439-3928.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
All concerned are hereby advised that the Grand Dance branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union will be closed at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday 17th, and its Carriacou branch will be closed at 2 p.m. on Friday 18th March. Management apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. The GBN King of the Grill is back, and Joseph Cador is a man to spearhead this initiative after a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19. The Grenada Broadcasting Network, in partnership with titled sponsors Maggie, will be hosting the annual King of the Grill competition in June. It's time for grillers to prepare as Cador gives the assurance that everything is in place for the big return, which will be a bigger and better family event.
You can expect the regular frills that comes with it. There's a food element to it. I know there's some people, my boy Dwight, creative chef, waiting to eat the food, as they say. But it is going to be a real spectacle. And for us at the GBN, we really pride ourselves on being able to provide and being able to execute and provide one of the really biggest family events that there is on the island. And certainly not just in Grenada. We've had, 2019, 2018, the luxury of a team flying out of Jamaica that came in the evening and flew out. I mean, people, they won. It was people were like, really? But it only shows. You see that they said they were sitting in Jamaica and they're like, really? Seriously? This looks exciting. And that's the vision that we have for King of the Grill. I know we've thought with the idea of having a regional competition where you take the best grillers from Grenada and you pit them against grillers around the Caribbean. I mean, but certainly that's where we're taking it, but we're just happy that King of the Grill is back, and we just want to mark the date, get the calendars out. It's the 4th of March, Montrouge. I'll be there. The whole kit and caboodle is going to be there. It's going to be epic.
It is indeed going to be epic. Now on to this story. One local pastor believes the trend in violence among young people recently can be a result of post-traumatic stress disorder caused by COVID-19. He is now calling on those in authority and families to look deeper into the situation and find the root of the problem. More in this report from Rena Perez-Thomas.
Pastor Ricardo Aline of the Latter-day Revival Church is adamant that society should take a deeper look into the psychological effects of COVID-19 on young people, as it can be a major factor in recent violent outbursts in Grenada. Since the onset of the global health pandemic 2 years ago, people around the world were forced to make sudden adjustments to everyday life, with many families being unable to grieve for their loved ones properly due to restrictions, while others had no sporting event or other social activities to channel their energies. Pastor Aline believes many people are suffering from post-traumatic syndrome.
And a lot of our young people, because especially those who were in 4th and 5th forms and all of that, I think many of them will have lost a lot of opportunities. A lot of our sporting young people didn't have two years, no sports, no intercall, no carifta. What happened with them? You know, so there's quite a lot that I think we need to look a little deeper and to find out whether or not what we are seeing is something a little deeper, and that the young people may be saying something, but the question is, are we being able to discern it and understand it?
So he believes abuse within families and households may be another factor.
What took place in homes when homes were locked down? School was a time where for many young people to escape home, and they had to stay locked up in the houses. What took place, and is there these symptoms, are they indicating more?
The pastor is calling on churches and communities to join forces to help people who are still trying to readjust to what is being called the new normal.
It's just one section of the community. I think government needs to look at it. The police needs to look at it. Of course, the church needs to look at it. How do we help everyone? And now that we are getting back to normal, there are some people who have fell by the cracks. Now that should be helping people to get back on their feet, and now we're not. It's almost like Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
For GBN News, I am Rena Perez-Thomas reporting.
And now let's take a peek through the GBN ISOR lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's ISO reporter is proudly showing off her pomegranates grown in her backyard. Although they are not as popular locally as some of our other fruits, pomegranates are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, both of which are known to prevent free radicals from damaging your cells. In some studies, pomegranates show potential to be effective in preventing prostate, breast, lung, and colon cancers. Do you have pomegranates growing in your backyard? Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
This is GBN News at 7. The weather report and forecast is up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
What if there was a place in Grenada that was close to Grand Dance Beach, within walking distance of restaurants and attractions, and you didn't have to pay hundreds of dollars to stay there? Guess what? There is. Look us up.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Do you have muscular pain that no one can find a solution for? Are you tired of taking meds for joint and other pains? Hills and Valley Medicare Center on Grenville Street, St. George is here to help you heal. We will help you map a path to your full recovery. Visit us Monday to Saturday for a consultation with our on-site doctor, physiotherapist, and massage team. You will be glad you did. Our Medicare Center, a proud member of the Hills and Valley group of companies. On the hilltop or in the valley, we are with you wherever life takes you. Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
This is the public weather forecast for the state of Grenada. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. It will be mostly fair, windy and hazy with a low chance of a few brief light showers after midnight. Winds will be northeasterly to east northeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas will be moderate with waves up to 8 feet in open waters. Please take note that a marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be low at 9:15 tonight and high at 4 in the morning. On Thursday, sunrise is at 6:15 a.m. and sunset 6:19 p.m. It will be mostly fair and windy in the daytime, increasing in cloudiness overnight with light showers. On Friday, sunrise 14 minutes after 6 a.m., sunset 19 minutes after 6 p.m. It will be partly cloudy and windy with a medium chance of some light morning showers. Then on Saturday, sunrise and sunset 6:13 and 6:19 respectively. The weather will be partly cloudy and windy with a medium chance of a few light morning and nighttime showers. And that's the weather report and forecast valid for tonight and the next 3 days. Stay tuned. Zia is next with sports.
Good evening, sporting fans. Having identified flaws in the way Caribbean athletes earn scholarships via agencies that provide scouting, Gateway Athletics International has emerged within the last 10 years to provide such a service. The Trinidad-based scouting agency is now partnering with the Grenada Football Association to make their scouting services available to Grenadian footballers as well as the general athletics fraternity.
At the moment, we are concentrating on student athletes who's part of the FA, who wants to receive scholarships, who wants to be scouted, who wants to get profiles, who wants to get video coverage, and that's what we are about. Our goal is to come to Grenada, market these young kids, give them the best opportunity as possible, because we have a lot of coaches from top colleges within the US that is interested in young players. We guide them, we prepare profiles for them, and basically we get the best offer for them in college.
Adrian Romain says they will be building on the regional reputation Grenada has in football and by extension sports. Gateway Athletics International is the brainchild of Shem Alexander, who says there is now a growing demand for footballers and athletes at U.S. colleges.
I was the only player out of 12 players from 4 different regions around the world that would have had to go abroad to try out to receive a scholarship, where there are other programs like Gateway Athletics in Europe, in South America, in North America, that would have players readily available. So we are saying, why can't we have something like that in the Caribbean, where coaches, North American coaches always love Caribbean players because we are more athletic than what they have in North America. So we want to be a united Caribbean front in terms of educating our players.
Moving on to athletics, the Grenada Athletics Association has embarked on a talent identification program within various communities and parishes in the country. Kwame Hippolyte, Public Relations Officer of the GAA, says the On Track program is funded by World Athletics through the Olympic Dividend Program, with Grenada's target being to develop its stakeholders. The On Track program occurs on the weekend, and Hippolyte says talent identification and training are the focus in each of the parishes.
A few Saturdays back, we was at last year's playing field. Unfortunately, the rain did not allow us to have the program run out. We'll be heading to St. Patrick's next. Following St. Patrick's, St. Andrew, St. John, St. Mark's, then also Carriacou, catering for Carriacou, St. George's, and so. And at the On Track program, we'll be focusing on 3 main events: the high jump,
high jump, javelin, and sprint stats.
He says the 3 events chosen are based on the strengths and weaknesses of local athletes in each discipline.
So it's a matter of identifying for the future, developing what we have, refining the skills and talent of the present athletes, and so at the end, being able to channel athletes to varying coaches, clubs, who can continue their development even after we notice it at the grassroots level. So, and then from there, we would be able to track and see how we can even fund further development programs for those persons who are selected.
And finally, in cricket, the Co-op Bank Carriacou T20 tournament continued last weekend at the Lauriston Stadium with 4 exciting matches. In the first match on Saturday morning, Noel Supply's Leicester Cricket Club defeated Brunswick United by 14 runs. In the second game, BBH Cricket Club defeated PM Pirates by 8 wickets. On Sunday, in the first match, Hotel Lorena Mount Royal Stars defeated Leicester Grove by 154 runs. And in the second match, Noel Supply's Leicester Cricket Club defeated Dover Titans by 9 wickets. That's a look at sports. Regional and international news are next. Tonight's regional news comes from the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where officials have shut down calls for the devaluation of the TT dollar, despite a recent report from the IMF.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert says there is no reason to devalue the TT dollar. His statement comes following a recent report by the IMF, which stated that the real effective exchange rate of the TT dollar is overvalued by 20.4%. Responding to a question to opposition Senator Wade Mark in the Senate on Tuesday, Mr. Imbert said the devaluation is not being considered.
We intend to maintain the status quo with respect to our exchange rate regime. We do not intend to devalue the currency. There's absolutely no reason to do so. We don't have any of the situations that would lead to a currency crisis, such as balance of payments problems, deficit in our current account, or any of the other issues. We have adequate foreign reserves. The IMF has said so.
Mr. Imbert cautioned the opposition from attempting to put fear in the population that a devaluation of the TT dollar is on the cards.
To news of the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. There are signs that while the war goes on, the ongoing talks between Ukraine and Russia are making progress. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says there is hope for a compromise, and Ukraine's president says Moscow's demands are becoming more realistic. But in
3 weeks of war, of shelling, of cities besieged. Ukrainian defenses have slowed the pace of the Russian advance, but battle lines continue to move to new areas. The head of the regional administration says civilian targets in Zaporizhia were reportedly hit overnight. The war following the path of more than 3,000 evacuees who fled there from the besieged city of Mariupol. Russian ceasefire violation, Ukraine's deputy prime minister says, are stopping civilians from using humanitarian corridors and getting to safety.
Yesterday, they captured the emergency hospital and took 400 people hostage. Medics in Mariupol, they are shooting from inside the hospital. It is a threat for movement of people down humanitarian corridors. We've sent a request to the Red Cross. Under these conditions, we cannot bring people out safely.
Ukrainian drone strikes continue to exact a heavy price on Russian forces. More Russian hardware lies abandoned, following fierce fighting in neighborhoods around Kyiv. The capital observing a 34-hour curfew to prepare for an expected Russian assault. Diplomacy remains the only way to end this war, says Ukraine's leader.
As I am told, the positions in the negotiations sound more realistic. However, there still needs to be more time for decisions to be in Ukraine's interests.
The west of the country has avoided the worst of the violence, but the largest single missile attack so far happened at a military training camp in Yavoriv, only about an hour's drive away from here. Residents say that unless there is a ceasefire, it's not a matter of if, but when the fighting makes its way here.
Tuesday's protest in Sri Lanka came as the government is heavily in debt and struggling to pay for essential imports. Analysts blame unsustainability, low revenue, a foreign exchange crisis, financial mismanagement, and corruption for aggravating dire problems. After months of rejecting calls to seek an international bailout, the government appears ready to seek help.
Angry, frustrated, and desperate, Sri Lankans surrounded the president's office in Colombo, fed up having to queue for food, medicine, cooking gas, and vehicle fuel, paying 30 to 60% more for many items. Millions are struggling to make ends meet and blame President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the government.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa must be chased out. That's what this river of people wants.
The opposition Samagijana Balavege organized the latest protest following weeks of similar demonstrations around the country. The SJB is challenging the president to turn things around or step down.
Are you ready to send this government home? Is the country ready to send it home? Friends, with this great people's power, we will begin the journey to chase out this government.
Sri Lanka has had a worsening economy for the past 3 years. The 2019 Easter bomb attacks on churches and hotels killed 270 people and hit vital tourism revenue. The pandemic which followed further hampered recovery. Analysts blame unsustainable debt, low revenue, a foreign exchange crisis, financial mismanagement and corruption for aggravating dire problems.
We are sick of this government because we are suffering, the children. They have no milk, they have this, nothing, while they are enjoying their life.
Sri Lanka's foreign reserves have fallen to their lowest levels in recent history. Fuel has run out to keep a steady supply of electricity, and the government doesn't have money to pay for vital imports. After months of rejecting calls to seek an international bailout, the government appears ready to seek help.
And finally, a powerful earthquake has been recorded in northeast Japan and is reported to have cut power to 2 million homes.
We've received some pictures now, and I can give you a little bit more detail. A tsunami warning indeed has been now issued in Japan after this powerful earthquake, which measured 7.3. Now the earthquake struck off the northeast coastline of Japan, but this has repercussions, and as you can see, many homes in Tokyo and other places have lost power. At least 2 million homes have lost power, some in the capital, Tokyo. As I say, the epicenter of this earthquake was off the coast, but a meter-high wave is expected to hit land, and people have been warned to move away from coastal areas because of fears of a tsunami. But I think these pictures give you a sense of the strength of that earthquake.
And that's it for tonight's regional and international roundup. Blossom is next with a recap of tonight's top stories.
Now let's look back at what made news tonight. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to address the nation on Thursday night. Local authorities look on cautiously at how a proposed bill in the U.S. can affect Grenada's CBI program. Mother rushed to the hospital when her vehicle flips after dropping her children to school. NDC's Tevin Andrews improves readiness for general elections by eliminating the low education debate. In regional development, Trinidad's finance minister says no to calls for the devaluation of the TT dollar. Internationally, hope for compromise as Ukraine faces Russian onslaught. And in sports, GFA partnering with Gateway Athletics International to increase avenues for Grenadian sportsmen and women. That's the end of the GBN News for Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh on behalf of the entire GBN News team. Enjoy the rest of your wonderful Wednesday.